Hello and welcome to the Build With Baer Workshop. My name is Pat Bear. I'm here to build a model kit and hang out with all of you. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the site, the moat, in the chat. If you are currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. If you are not a subscriber, you can reply with other people's emotes or just say hi, or you can just chill and just be a lurker. Helter, Chris Skelter, and Xenogear666 both said some stuff in the chat before the stream started, and Lashbrook is here. Hello to everybody. So tonight, working on the AUG from L Gaim. Continue working on that. We've done the head, the chest, one of the legs, and some of the other leg. We're going to continue working on the legs. Dirty's here. What's up, Dirty? Happy to have you here. Dirty wants me to hit the ska, and I will indeed hit some ska for you. Here's some ska for you. And we also have Harold, who wants me to ring the bell, which I will. Hello, Harold, and here is your bell. There's that bell. Thank you very much for using your channel points for that. So tonight, working on the L Gaim, the L Gaim's AUG, because the L Gaim's are another kit. Hanging out, chatting about stuff. And speaking of hanging out and chatting, this weekend is the Plastic Model Weekender. You can see right here, Plastic Model Weekender. My shift will be on Saturday, so it'll be 2 hours before my normal stream. I will host the stream on this channel, but come to that, please. And we can put that away. And because of that, in order to promote that, and also just to share the goodwill, I'm going to be momentarily joining the Plastic Model Weekender voice channel. So we have a Discord for the event. It's how we do audio for the event, so we can have audio guests and have sync everybody's stuff and all that. So I'm going to join that Discord so that I can chat with people. I don't know who's going to come in, but they will be streamers who are taking part in the event, or mods as well are welcome to come in, mods for the event. And you'll see their name in the top corner, because I have hopefully figured out how to use this Discord thing where I can have the name show up. So I think we're going to be able to do that. So let me go ahead and just join. Yeah, so now I am in there in the voice channel. And hopefully people will come and join me. If they don't, it's okay. If they do, that's great as well. Hey, Lord Grashington, welcome. I am planned things to talk about tonight, as always, in case we do not have guests. Yeah, you can see my little icon in the top there. There's me letting you know that I'm here. Dirty says, I use PTO, paid time off, to take a half day and go watch the new Nick Cage movie. It was great. Also, only 5 other people in the theater, super far from each other. That's what I like to hear, Dirty. If you are going to go to the movie theater, it's great if you could be separate from people. Matinees are your friend. Yeah, and just do your due diligence and do your best. You know, like, people are going to live their lives out there, and I can't stop people from living their lives, but I can hope that those people make choices. So yeah, we might have some guests joining us tonight. If we do, I'll be sure to introduce them, and they can introduce themselves, and we can hang out. Monday, Tuesday matinees are great. Indeed, Dirty, they are. It is Manga Monday. So, of course, Dustin's here, so, of course, we will talk about some manga and some anime. And we might do that early in the stream instead of in the second hour, because it would be weird to be like, I have all these guests, and now they're also listening and we talk about manga and anime. So we might do that earlier. I don't know. I'm kind of playing this by ear. Like I said, I don't know if people are going to come and join us tonight or not to hang out. But they have the opportunity to do so. And I'll be able to mess around, because I would like to have audio guests more often. I think video guests are a little unrealistic considering my streaming setup. But audio guests are certainly a thing I can do. So I would like to do that more often. Lasper says, I do miss having weekdays off for doing things like that. Hell yeah. It is pretty great. I have no interest right now in going to a movie theater, but it would, if I did, it would be in the afternoon. Let's go to the overhead in just a second. I do want to say we are currently at 39 out of 40 subscribers. Love to get back up to that 40. If you would like to become a subscriber or renew your sub, if you are a lapsed subscriber, or gift a sub to somebody in the community, now would be a great time to do that, but you don't have to, as always. And you can see there's me talking because I am in a Discord channel. I think that's very helpful because if I knew exactly who my guests were, I would put it in the title. Like if I booked guests, it would be like Gunpla featuring, and I would do that so you'd always have a reference of who was here. Since I don't know who might be joining us tonight, we will just leave that, and as people come in, their names will appear, and then you'll know they're talking because the green circle, like if I stop talking, the green circle went away. So there you go. That's how we do it. Let's get into building. Like I said, we're working on a leg here. We've got the leg right here. So we'll get going on that. We'll put that aside so you can see what I'm doing. I do know the kit I'm building after this. I put out a video about it on Sunday. The RX-782 with the Paralympic Games logo and color scheme. It's really, really nice. It's a really nice looking kit. Also, I've talked about the design that I am going to be working on for Plastic Model Weekender, which is a motherfucking dragon mobile suit. Is a mobile suit grunt dragon, and I'm going to be building that. And it's just a lot of green. We're going to see a lot of green this weekend. And hopefully, we'll see some green vis-a-vis donations. And if you don't think I'm going to make that joke again this weekend, then you don't know me. Because, of course, I'm also going to make that joke during the stream. Why would I not make that joke? It's just there. I might as well. All right, let's get a polycap going here. So, hi, hello. Today was a long day for me, so you'll have to forgive me. I had some work due, which I got done. Which I'm happy I got done because it was weighing over me a little bit. So it was always nice to get that done, but it was a lot. And also, the bullshit, the lawn bullshit that I have been dealing with since Saturday continued today. Had to go with my father, load up the car. What is just a normal day on the internet? Yeah, Lord Greshington, indeed. We'll have to talk about it. So I had my dad and I loaded up the car with just many bags of leaves, and then we took them to the dump so that we could put them in the lawn care dumpsters. Did that, and then I was like, okay, cool, that's all we need to do. No, we're not done back there, so we need to go back out, do more, bagged up more. We haven't gone back to the dump. We are, as far as I can tell, for now anyway, we have completed our objective of cleaning the edge of our property. There is a trench that runs along behind a lot of people's property, and I have lived here now for a couple of years, did not know that part of the property was ours and needed to be cleaned up of leaves and all of that. Because apparently we have been lazy about it and couldn't get away with being lazy about it anymore. So instead we had to work really hard instead of working moderately hard over 2 years. So I'm a little frustrated by that, but whatever. Not my call, not my house, not my rules. So yeah, a little frustrated with having to do that. We still have to take all those bags to the dumpsters at the recycling and trash place. So we'll do that because we don't have local trash pickup here. Instead, we have an area in the community where you can just go and bring your trash, which is fine most of the time. It's a little annoying when you have bags and bags of leaves and then you're competing with people who are going to get rid of their leaves and lawn stuff who are working for lawn service people, and they have a lot of stuff to dump. That is a little more frustrating. Let's see, other things. So I did that, and I'm happy to be mostly done with that. I still have to go back and weed whack because there's just a bunch of stuff that needs to get trimmed out. So I got to get the old weed whacker, take that to town, which is at least fairly fun. The other thing we should probably talk about is Twitter. Now, does it suck that the Twitter board agreed to Elon Musk's offer to purchase Twitter? Yes, it does suck. Is it over? No. Because the shareholders can still, like, fuck it up. Well, first off, there's several things that could happen here. One, the loans that he has lined up could fall through because some of it is his personal and some of it is loans that he's taking. Also, the loans that he is taking to purchase it, the, like, not necessarily interest, but like it could really, those loans could fuck up Twitter, and like part of Twitter has to take part of like paying back the loans will be on like the money he makes from Twitter. So it could negatively affect Twitter, and which would be enough reason for a majority of stakeholders to be like, no, thank you. So that is certainly a thing that could happen. They could be like, no. Also, his loans that he says he has lined up, it's possible he didn't. And then the other thing, he might actually not want to do it. Like, in the same way, well, I mean, he didn't join the board because there are only so many shares he could buy and be on the board. There's various other things that are around that, but certainly that is part of it. It's much more fun for this to happen. He gets all of this, like, people being excited or people being mad and all these things, and he's the talk of the internet and all this stuff. And then, you know, he doesn't necessarily have to go and have it be a thing. That's certainly a possibility. And then also the other possibility is he ends up like he does buy it. He becomes the owner of Twitter, and we go from there. Some of the things that he wants to do with Twitter will break Apple's terms of service, and who knows if Apple would want to fight Elon Musk. He gets even more attention than he was already getting. Yes, indeed, Lord Crashington. Who knows if Apple wants to fight Elon Musk or not? I mean, there are other companies they don't have a problem fighting, and you know, but it's possible they would allow exceptions for him. Who knows? I can't say. If he can like pull that off. Also, if the things that he wants are feasible or reliable or possible, like, who knows? I mean, he's just a guy with money that bought his way into a lot of things. So it doesn't matter to him if things are feasible or possible, but it still might mean that they don't happen, and we don't know. But yeah, it's a whole lot of bullshit, and hopefully, I don't know what I hope for, right? Like, the Saudi prince who has a interest in Twitter definitely doesn't want Elon Musk to buy the company. And while I am certainly not rooting for the Saudi government, you know, I also don't want to root for Elon Musk. I also don't really want to root for Twitter. And that's, I think, been an interesting conversation, because a lot of people were like, well, I'm done. When this goes through, I'm out of here. Like, I'm going to Mastodon. I'm going back to Tumblr. You know, people had like thoughts about like stuff they wanted to do. And I can understand a lot of that. And in certain aspects, I do agree with wanting to go. At any point, if you were done with Twitter, please be done with Twitter. I can't right now. At some point, I would love to have a full-time job, and then where I would not need Twitter. A lot of the jobs I apply for having a blue check mark helps with that job search. Having a following on Twitter helps. Certainly, while I am doing this and having a social media is great because I am not ridiculously attractive. I didn't make Instagram my main source of promotion. I just made Twitter my main source of promotion. So it's a whole thing where I'm like, okay, well, we'll figure it out. I think I'm stuck on Twitter. I mean, at a certain point, it will be unusable, and then I will be on something else. But I don't like Mastodon like as a interface, as the operating system of not the UI, I should say. I don't really enjoy Mastodon. I'm on there, and I'm just like, I don't know. I rarely ever check it. I have a few friends that primarily post there, but it's not really, I don't root for CEOs of the sites I visit usually. Indeed. Yeah, Jatsu, Mastodon. It's a thing. I don't know. It's like Discord doesn't solve any of the problems. And Mastodon really doesn't either, because you do need to be part of communities for it to really work. I mean, you certainly follow people, but as far as engaging with people, it's tough. I got to take this piece off to put these on. I think that'll be better. I'm having trouble getting this on here. If it wasn't for keeping up with my friends and promoting my Twitch podcast, I'd be off Twitter and Facebook. Yeah, I mean, I'm only on Facebook for friends that I don't keep in touch with who aren't on Twitter. And family is Facebook, and also the memories. Having the Facebook memories come up is nice. Why is this being annoying? I'm going to use this. We'll try to pop that in like this. Let's see if that works. This is just being annoying, and I don't know why. But this has got to go in here. There we go. Got it. So yeah, I don't know. I'm still on Twitter. It is helpful. At some point, like I said, it would be nice to have a job where having my Twitter account was unnecessary, or like caring about it would be unnecessary. But we are not at that point in my life. I am at the point in my life now where I very much need to continue to care about the foolish website. So I do. Oh, there we go. I was putting it on wrong, folks. That was one of the reasons why it wasn't working, because I was fucking it up. You keep saying Mastodon, and I keep thinking about Megalodon, Leviathan, and Blood Mountain. Yeah, no, dirty, yeah. Mastodon, in some ways, is attempting to have its cake and eat it too. It is attempting to be like old school, like community-driven, small little interconnection things, but on a big social platform where you can really interact with a lot of people if you want to. There's undergating on this piece, which I forgot about, so I got to pop it back off. I hate undergating. I keep forgetting a high grade with undergating. Like, I just keep forgetting that's a possibility, because we don't see that too much in modern kits. This was a kit that was originally designed in 2002, which was an upgrade of an early 90s or late 80s kit that was re-released in 2021, but still, it's still an old kit. Just got to get these little extra pieces off. So not the band. No dirty, not the band. This is a social media platform called Mastodon. Look, if everyone went back to Tumblr, I could get on board with that. Because, like, a few of my friends are still on Tumblr. And not too long ago, I figured out what my password for Tumblr was, so I could use it again. So, like, I could go, if a lot of us are going back to Tumblr, I would do that. But I don't feel like a lot of us are going back to Tumblr. Also, did you know that there's a premium version of Tumblr where you don't see ads? You can pay like $40 a year and you don't see ads? I didn't know that until today, because someone was talking about how a very funny element of that is you can, at Tumblr, you can also click a button that still shows you ads. And I don't understand why you would pay for premium and then also pay for ads. Like, it just doesn't make any sense. Did I put this on wrong? God damn it, I did. How did I do that? Just put this on backwards? Jeez. Hey, Stroud, welcome. Happy to have you here. Get your head in the game. I know, right? Like, we're on the road to the Plastic Model Weekender. Plamo, on board, coming your way. The Plamo Weekender is happening, which I'm very excited about. I hope you all are excited too, for the old Plamo Weekender. My shift is this Saturday at 7 p.m. Eastern, till 9 p.m. Eastern. Working on this. I got it with hands reach. Donazine. Danazine. It's a dragon. I'm building a dragon. It's a dragon, Yug. More weird-ass card packs. Indeed. Also, I'll be opening card packs. One of them is in a language that I cannot read or speak. So that's fun. But only one pack that I did, the international. Because it's often expensive to get those unless you know someone that just has them. Or you know exactly where to go. And I don't know in this area. In New York, if I want to get cards in Spanish, I could definitely do that. I knew where to go to get that because I had friends that like to play various card games, and they wanted to get the Spanish cards. So I definitely knew how to do that. So I don't want to say, Jatsu, which language it is, but it's a pack of cards from a trading card game, and the cards are in a different language. But I'm going to keep that. Keep that close to my heart. Let's take over one of the dead boards on Game Facts. I know that people were joking when they said that, but I definitely saw a few people that I wasn't too sure if they were actually joking or not, talking about the possibility of, hey, what if we all went back to Game Facts? Which I like that idea. Like I said, if enough people I knew were doing it, I would consider going back to Tumblr, because I didn't dislike Tumblr, but I don't know. I don't speak any other languages, Helter. Good question. Thank you for that. I know enough Spanish to get me into trouble. Like, I can remember enough Spanish from taking it in high school that I could like read some stuff and like kind of understand what was going on, but not enough to like converse in it or really understand what people are saying. And that's about it. And then like I can listen enough in anime when I can tell the subtitle like changed what people were actually saying. Like I know enough words in Japanese in context to know like, oh, okay, I know what actually they said there from just like common words that the subtitle is probably messing around with just to make it easier for people to comprehend what's going on in the scene. So it's like, okay, I got you. But that's about it. Friendster, yeah, I could see that. Is Orkut still a thing? I can't imagine it is. I know that was still popular in Brazil for a very long time after it crapped out. Yeah, I hate that the data crash happened. The database crash happened when they were moving servers on MySpace, and I was never going to go back to MySpace, but I did want to try to retrieve some old photos from MySpace at some point, but that is impossible. Can't. I should have downloaded a lot of that stuff when I had a chance. What I've been doing lately is, this is my smart thing. So smart. When Facebook memories come up and it's a photo that I like, I save that photo into a folder on my computer. Because some of those photos I only have as like other people took them and uploaded them to Facebook. Or I took them and just put them on Facebook and didn't think about them. And so I've been trying to save those. Anytime I see the Facebook memories and I'm like, oh, that's something I do want to remember because it is cool. Then I go in and save those. So I have access to them, which is nice. I still have my Flickr. And I still have photos in Flickr that I go and look at every now and again. Which is like, I don't think I've said Flickr out loud in like 10 years. But I know people that were very active on that site. Also, I appreciate Flickr's story. Flickr had a good story. It was the original intent of it. I believe. Don't quote me on this because it could be apocryphal. But I believe that the origins of Flickr were some people wanted a place to upload EverQuest screenshots. And no, sorry. It was people wanted a place to upload screenshots for a video game that the creators were developing, and the video game didn't take off the ground, but other people from the EverQuest community started using it to upload photos, and then that became the thing because that was very popular because Flickr was a good place to upload your photos. But I believe the origins had to do with the EverQuest community, which of course it does. You know, MMOs change everything, shape everything. They really do. Other things to talk about. So before the internet decided, or by internet I do mean Twitter decided, we just had to talk about Elon Musk. Unfortunately, yesterday there was a meme that was going around that I really liked. I'll answer this question first. Stroud asks, have you watched any L Gaim? I know I have, and I don't remember any of it. I was going back because this is like early shit. This is early anime, right? This is like 80s. I know that I have watched some episodes of it, but I can't tell you anything about it. I got this kit because I like re-releases of old kits because I just think those are neat. I really enjoy old kits. Kind of forgettable. There you go. There's two reasons like that. I like old kits that are re-released in modern day with a little bit of work done to them. Not a lot of work done, a little bit of work done. I really like that. And two, it's got a scythe, and not enough mobile suits have scythes, in my opinion. So when I get a kit when I can get a kit that does have a scythe, I'm going to pick up that scythe. That is generally my feeling on that. Anything else I want to say about that? Oh, yeah. So there was a meme going around yesterday written by presumably a young person, although I guess they could be a not so young person. They were like, the meme was saying, like, what would your job be if you were alive in 1997? Which presupposes that you weren't alive in 1997, which I was. Obviously, this person wasn't. And that's, I mean, it's 2022, so there are 18-year-olds. No, I can't keep doing that math because it does hurt me a little bit. Like, I'm happy to be alive in whatever age I happen to be at present time. But like, yeah, so, but that did make me feel old. So I had two jobs. My main job, I was in high school in 1997, so these were part-time jobs. My main part-time job was I worked in an event space. They did like wedding receptions. They had an outdoor space and some games and activities and stuff and a pool. And like back in the 70s and 80s, companies would have their company picnics there and, like their company parties and their outings and stuff like that. And the inside space would be wedding receptions, sometimes actual ceremonies, all that. Family reunions, a lot of stuff like that. And some corporate events even by the time I was there in the 90s. So I worked there. I worked in the kitchen doing meal prep. I was a runner. We had golf carts with like a shelf built into the back so that we could get around the property, especially with 16, 17-year-olds, because I think you had to be 16 to work there. But, many of us had licenses, but didn't want us driving vehicles around there. And it was fine. That job was fine. But the job that actually is a very 1997 job, like if it's a job that like works for this meme, that if you're wondering, is the job that I had working for the summer as an IT specialist in the IT department of a business that didn't need a 10-person IT department. I might be exaggerating. It might have been 8, but it was a lot of people. And we did it in the summer. They just like, it was their internships. Like it was a paid internship. And not all of us were like interns, but there were a few of us that were. But it was like completely unnecessary for us to be there. This is the wrong piece. I don't know why I took this out. That didn't make any sense for us to be there. Maybe LinkedIn is the future. Possible. Dirty says, I was working in a lawn and garden section at Kmart back then. Spent most of my summer out in the parking lot slinging bags of peat moss, gravel, and sand. Yeah, there you go. So this job was great, and I wish that I had been able to keep doing it. Eventually, they would have caught on. So here's the thing. It wasn't a scam. This was a legitimate job that I got hired to do. The thing is, at some point, they switched things around in the company, and they started getting the photocopiers weren't purchased by them. The photocopiers were rented. And here was the thing. That saved them a lot of money, right? Yes, but as part of the agreement, I couldn't touch a photocopier. Not that I can fix one, but I could like fix a jam in a photocopier. Like I can figure out why things aren't loading properly. I can figure out if paper's going in wrong, that kind of thing. I can fix that. I can teach people how to use it properly or whatever. But we couldn't touch the photocopiers. So all we ended up doing was resetting people's connections to the in-house network, occasional minor printer fixes, but most people didn't use the printers. They used the printer for one copy of something and then went over to the photocopier because it was way faster to use the photocopier. So occasionally it was installing new software, but in the summer, nobody was getting new software. So most of the time, we were just waiting around for something to go wrong. And then most of the time, the thing that went wrong was, oh, the photocopier is down on the 5th floor. And so they would call us about the photocopier because they would hope we would just fix it, even though we weren't allowed to. And we would say, no, we can't. And then we would call any number of repair people to come and do the work on that. And then we would somebody's network cable got unplugged. Somebody got a new monitor and they're not sure how to install it. Oh, hey, we got this thing coming through, whatever. I would do all that. Most of the time, I just played Team Fortress, the Quake mod, Team Fortress, with network computers with my coworkers and hung out. There were a couple people that weren't particularly nice, that were sad, but a lot of people that worked there were just like happy to work to have this job, and also happy that it wasn't a great job, and like they didn't have to do a lot, and there wasn't room for growth, but whatever, and who cares, and like most people were just kind of happy to have any kind of work, and it didn't matter that it was like a weird job that didn't pay particularly great, but it was really easy. And when I was applying for other jobs, it was really nice having IT experience, even though I didn't do a lot. It was stuff like, hey, I deleted Microsoft Office off this computer. Okay, be like, all right, let me bring the discs or the CD or whatever. I think we probably would have been CD at that point. The Office CD and the things I need to type in here or whatever, and I got whatever. Almost never viruses, like rarely anything like fundamentally bad happened. It was like a totally great job. But that being IT, where I played more video games than I did fix anything, feels very 1997. So I was happy to engage in that meme. I thought that meme was pretty great. And it was really funny because I was like, oh, that'll be a fun thing to talk about tomorrow. Not understanding that there would be a bigger thing on Twitter, which, again, is unfortunate. And I gotta hope that falls through. I mean, that's just the hope that it doesn't work out. Not that I think that, like, Twitter's going to get better because he's there. But mostly it is just that I want to, what we can say? Twitter can always get worse. Elon Musk is not going to make Twitter better. That's what I meant to say. There's no way that Elon Musk is going to make Twitter like a better experience. There's just no way. So all we can do is hope that he doesn't actually get the job. Or if he does buy the thing and all that he forgets about it and focuses on other things. I will still say, it is very funny that all of this is happening because somebody used public available data to make a Twitter that tracks where Elon Musk's private plane flies into, or jet flies in and out of. All of this is because of that. And like, he tried to buy it off of him to silence this kid who was just like, no. And so all of this is because somebody was just relentlessly bothering Elon Musk. And that is petty in a way that I'm not here for, but I understand. Like, it couldn't be me, but I understand it. But this is the man that like, oh, I'm going to do this. Oh, my plan is to do this thing. And none of the plans make any sense or mean anything. That, you know, he's not actually trying to do anything. It's like money that we wanted to go to the UN, you know, but you have to have a plan to help end world hunger. And they're like, great, here's a plan. Nothing, because that's not the part. The part is that he offers it, not that he does anything. I saw a good joke about how men spend $44 billion to buy a social media company instead of getting therapy. Yes, the old therapy instead of meme. Yeah. It's comical, but it is the thing where it's just like, well, you know, I do hope that my biggest critics stay on the platform because, you know, blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, sure you do. You actually, yeah, sure you really want them. You want them all here. Sure you do. You didn't even try to buy him off for a lot of money, $5K. Yeah, it wasn't a lot of money. His blood money wasn't even that much. But to me, it is very funny that he was like just trying to do that stuff. Well, I had hoped a few people from the old Plamo would decide to come in. I didn't give a lot of notice to it. I'm still going to make the offer on Thursday for people to come by again to kind of hype up the thing, which is okay. But I do want to in the future have guests, like Discord guests or whatever. I do think that'll be nice. That popped off, but that's okay because we are panel lining the leg here. But I would like to have guests in the future. My kind of goal is like not every stream, but like pick a day. I'll pick a day, and that's the day that I have people come and like hang out and chill. And you know, sometimes maybe they'll promote the stuff they're working on, or just like people I haven't talked to in a while, that kind of thing. People that got something coming up, like I don't know. I think that would be neat. Looking forward to just being able to catch up with some people now and again would be nice. I think that would be sweet. All right, so we're almost done here. Got to do a little more panel lining. We'll clean it up, and then we'll be ready to move on to the arms. We're finally going to build an arm on this kit. It feels so strange that we haven't built an arm yet because we did the head and then the chest, and then we jumped down to the feet, and that felt weird. Now the world's richest man gets access to a lot of private data from hundreds of millions of people. Yeah, totally. And, you know, like, today is a good reminder to delete your old DMs, to, like, be careful about the information you put out there. All those things. It's always like important to do that. Yeah. I mean, like, look, like, I don't know for sure that this is like, nobody knows for sure if this was a pump and dump scenario that he's in over his head. Like the fact that he didn't want to be on the board, like he didn't want to see it on the board, but then he wants to buy it. Like, also, why does he want to buy it? Like there have been some things, you know, he's talked about what he wants to do about it, about having like it literally continue to be this, you know, a public good in his opinion. But like, why? Why not just Why buy Twitter? Just like, why? What the fuck does this man need with Twitter? Why? What are we doing here? It just feels so weird and just like an out of place nonsense. I don't know. It just feels so strange. It's like, what are we doing here? Like, I can't wait. There will come a day in my life where I do not have to give a shit about what anyone thinks of me. Can you imagine? Like, psychologically, I understand how I am broken and where I am broken, and in that I still want to be like respected and appreciated, and I am a people pleaser, and I don't like that to the extent that I am. I understand that about myself. I would love to fucking tone that shit down and be less super into that, but like, that's not a possibility for me right now. But it would be so great if I could just not give a shit about what people thought of me. And a great way to not give a shit about what people thought of me, in my opinion, is to just like have fuck you money. And maybe that's what this is. Like, but like, I don't know. I don't have a lot of haters in my life. It's been funny when I've had haters. But like, imagine caring about that when you have so much money. Like, I don't know. It's just like so bizarre to me. Just be like, yeah, you really just need to be a hero, huh? Okay. Like, I gotta tell you folks, it's very easy to be surrounded by yes men, or yes people. To be surrounded by sycophants. To be surrounded by people that are only around you to just be like, hey, you're doing great. Oh yeah, boss, you got this. Like, it's easy to be surrounded by people who will only tell you what you want to hear. And then you don't have to be on a social media site paying attention to what other people are saying about you. Like, why would you do that? Why would you care about that? Just like, live your life. Do your thing. But like, no, he's got to be like, I think this is it. A thing that separates me from some people is I understand that the reason that I am not cool is not because I don't have enough money. But I'm comfortable in who I am, for the most part. And I don't need to be cool. And I think that's the problem, because some people are like, well, when I do this, this, and this, then people will think I'm awesome. And it's like, I don't know, man. Maybe they will. Maybe they never will. Maybe they'll never think you're cool or talented or smart or funny. They will just think of you as Elon Musk. The guy that got so upset when someone changed their name to Italian Elon Musk on Twitter. Like, nah, man, that's always going to be you. Lord Crashman is too cool for ska. We're going to play some ska in just a second. Here's a ska song, very briefly. I mean, people are picking up the bandwagon and reposting the Italian Elon Musk stuff, but he was so mad about that. Like, he was so upset about that. So that's why people I follow changed their name to Italian Elon Musk. Oh, Queen is here. Yes, Queen mentioned that. Hi. Yes, that is why people have changed their name to Italian Elon Musk, because that's the thing, right? Because you know that as soon as like he started trending, he looks at trending topics to see his name. He looks. We know he looks because he replies to people who don't follow him, who didn't tag him. So he searches for his own name and he looks at trending topics when he is one. We know he does this. He's some of his behavior. So you know that at certain points he was like, oh, Oh no, a bunch of people changed their display names to Italian Elon Musk. Oh no. You know he saw that. That's the thing, right? Like, a lot of times Twitter is yelling into the void, or it is perceived that you are yelling into the void. Because sometimes people at someone and say something like completely disrespectful and nonsensical, and then they're like, hey, why did you do that? And they're like, oh, sorry. I'm just mad. And it's like, okay, weird. But like, and he reads all that stuff, and it's just so funny. This is like, what are you doing? Billionaires do have a lot of time on their hands. I guess so, yeah. Some people are making to their name that anyone who isn't them making fun of them is considered offensive. Oh, or so into their name. Yes. Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, he can't handle... Yes, that's the thing. He wants to be Tony Stark. Here's the thing. Not only does he want to be Tony Stark, he is incensed and confused as to why he isn't Tony Stark. He's just like, no, but I did this and this and this. Why didn't it work out? All people that want to be cool and successful in their lives and a badass that are nerds need to sit at the feet of Vin Diesel, the nerd who made it happen. Because this is a dude, like Riddick the Chronicles of Riddick movies exist because that dude loves Dungeons and Dragons. And he loved Dungeons and Dragons so much that he was like, I want to be famous so I can be in cool fantasy movies. And he became an okay actor and a good-looking man and a buff dude. And he made it happen. And nerds around the world are supposed to be paying attention to that. Like, if you want to do it, you got to be Vin fucking Diesel to pull that shit off. There are other ways to do it. You could be Xavier Woods, Austin Creed out there making it happen. Being a nerd that wrestles professionally and has won a bunch of championships. Part of the most winningest tag team in WWE in WWF history. You could pull that off. But like, you just can't be that you have money. You got to do other shit too. And that is where Elon Musk has fucked up. It's real peak nerd Vin. Indeed. Have you ever watched the Last Witch Hunter? Yes, The Last Witch Hunter. It's very silly and fun. Because Tony Stark isn't a real person. Exactly. Also, Tony Stark's not a real person. Yeah. But that's the thing, right? And like, look. Like, I understand people want like to be liked, to be loved, to be beloved. Like, I get that. I get that that's something that like is fairly universal and that's people want. But like, I think you also have to, at a certain point, just go, okay, well, money doesn't make me not me. And that's a hard thing for people to recognize. Money just makes it so that you can be more of who you are. Like, money doesn't change people. It allows people to be a more exaggerated version of themselves. This is like access to better things. You know, whatever that may be. You know, like to make them a more, bigger version of themselves. Like, that's all it is. It doesn't... money doesn't change you. It just allows you to be the person you actually always were. Just louder and more in your face. Anyway, it's been a while since I talked about Vin Diesel on the stream, so I felt like now is a good time to bring that up. Because he is a good example for nerds that want to be cool. Like, sometimes people are like, oh, I think Vin Diesel just puts an act on there. Like, he's not that nerdy. He never was. That's just a character. Like, that's just him, like, wanting to be relatable to people. And I'm like, no. Have you seen him sing and dance on Facebook? Do you know that that in other dubs of Guardians of the Galaxy, he is also the voice of Groot? Because in his head, he is Groot. He's the only person that's voiced Groot. So, like, yeah, he can say, yo soy Groot. He can do that. He'll learn a bunch. He'll learn to say "I am Groot" in a bunch of other languages because he's just like, nah, I'm Groot though. I get to be Groot, so why can't I be Groot for other countries in other languages? Like, no, that's that dude. That dude got buffed so that he could be in action movies because action movies are cool, and he wanted to be in them. And then and then he does some movies so that he can he can do Riddick movies because Riddick is an OC that he really wanted to become. Yes, look, yes, he walked around in stilts. I love that. Dirty's asking about an anime, so we'll just real quick with here. Found money. I just retired to a cottage with high speed internet. Yes, a cabin in the woods with good internet would be great. I'll come back to you second, Dirty. Let me just go through this real quick. People know too much about Elon to ever be able to forget where his money came from and how he used it to buy the rights to claim he's the founder of Tesla. Indeed. The man loves Street Sharks. Yes, Vin Diesel loves Street Sharks. Look, also the fact that like he's got to be punched for, like, I understand. Here's the thing. I'm also intimidated and jealous and worried that The Rock is going to take over things that I love. Vin Diesel being like just like competitive with The Rock is very funny to me, but also is very understandable. I am scared The Rock could just show up one day and be like, no, I do Build With Baer Workshop. I build model kits, Pat. And what am I going to do? What am I going to tell The Rock? No, Rock, you can't steal what I have. Please don't. The Rock could just be like, no, I run this Twitch stream. It's Manga Monday, everybody. And you'd be like, what are we going to do? What am I going to do about The Rock? I can't do anything about The Rock. Rock could take everything from me. And it'd be like, oh, yeah, this is what happened. Everybody like, The Rock does streams Monday, Thursday, and Saturday, builds model kits, and on Wednesday he plays video games. A lot of simulators that he likes. And we'd all have to be like, yes. And everybody just be like, yeah, The Rock does that now. So I get that. Going back to what Dirty asked, right, Ghost? Oh man, maybe y'all can help me. I'm trying to remember the name of an anime, Dirty's asking for, but the only thing I can remember about it is that it had a character that continuously cooked gyoza between adventures, trying to make the perfect gyoza. So, the last anime that involved someone cooking gyoza that I really liked, that it sticks in my head, is Dorohedoro. That's the hyper graphic, hyper violent world of a guy that it has like a lizard head, and he's trying to figure out why he has a lizard head, and they're magic and demons, and but she makes really good gyoza, his friend. That's the last one I can think of, and I apologize if that's not what you're thinking of, Dirty. Also, that anime rules, but yeah, if that's not what you're thinking of, I don't remember gyoza being an important part of anime off the top of my head. So I apologize that I cannot help you any more than that. But Dorohedoro fucking rules. It's got a lot of heart to it, which is why I can deal with the fact that it's like pretty fucking intense and violent, which is generally not my style. Zeno thinks they know what. Oh, Zeno, you're gonna at Dirty. Dirty doesn't have any vowels in his name, but yeah, at Dirty there if you know it, because it's good. I hope you can help. That's awesome. If the community can help somebody out of I'm trying to think of this thing. That's nice. We like that around here. All right, now 35. Let's finish this part of the arm here, and then we'll move on to the pause for the cause and all that. And yeah, get in there and do things up. Classicaloid. Okay, Classicaloid. I don't know that one, but I hope, Dirty, that you were thinking of Classicaloid, because that would be great if that's what you were thinking of. Oh, shoot. That is the one. Hell yeah. We did it, everybody. I was not helpful, but it happened. That rules. It's so nice when you can find out the thing that you were trying to think of, or that you couldn't remember the name of, that you had a casual relationship to. It's so nice when you can connect those dots. Like when I was finally able to find out the name of a movie that I only remember watching on Nickelodeon when I was a kid, and I couldn't remember the name of it, or anything about it, except that like a guy, like people got kidnapped and their hair got cut off to make brushes, and it's called the Peanut Butter Solution. And I didn't, like, how would I ever come up with that? Because I couldn't remember anything about peanut butter. And I couldn't ever, like, decide. I didn't know what the fucking movie was. And there was no way for me to figure out what the movie was. And then somebody randomly was talking about it. Like, a stand-up was talking about it. And I was like, that's the fucking movie. And, like, afterwards, I went up to this person who didn't really know me, but, like, knew of me, like, as somebody, like, around. And I was just like, hey, thank you for saying the name of the thing that I've been trying to figure out what it was for years. And then like later, somebody I know was talking about not the same thing, like seeing that movie, not remembering the name of it, having no good way to look it up. That could be a frustrating thing, especially if you're like, because like Beethoven was the gyoza guy, all right, but like you're like, hey. There's an anime, and one guy's trying to make the perfect gyoza, but it's like not like the main thing, and like that's not searchable. All you can do is like put the request out into the universe and see if anybody bites. The Rock has dominated the world of wrestling and movies, so obviously small Gunpla streamer is the next part of the journey. Yes, boutique Gunpla building is definitely the Rock's next big challenge. These arms are weird. They're just put together very strangely. I don't dislike how these arms come together, but it is pretty unique. I don't know. That was just built in a way that like was satisfying but strange. Just built most of the arm there. Wrap and energy drinks. Yes, you're very correct. Okay, so we're going to I'm going to disconnect myself from the Discord because we didn't have any guests, which is okay. It's totally all right that we didn't have any guests in the Discord. So I'm going to bounce out of the Discord. We're not going to worry about that because it would be honestly really weird if anyone showed up during the second hour and I'm talking about manga and anime and a bunch of other stuff. It wouldn't be weird. It would be a little weird. Anyway, now is the part of the stream where I'm going to talk about ways you can support the channel. All of the things I'm about to tell you are optional. You're under no obligation to do any of these things, but if you would like to do any of these, support me in any of these ways, it would be rad, and I would be very happy if you would consider it. I'm throwing the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can reply with those emotes. You got to be a tier 2 to have the Death Scythe Pat emote, but the other emotes are for tier 1. $5 a month. Your cash money or your Prime gaming token. If you have Amazon Prime linked with your Twitch, you get that token. You can use it on a streamer. And if you wanted to use it on me, you could. Also, you could gift a sub to somebody in the community. I'm currently at 39 subscribers. I'd like to get back to 40. If we don't, it's okay. But I always like to be at least 40 subscribers. So you could gift somebody in the community, or you could become a subscriber and join Arctic Sloth, Ristafan, Dirty at the gift sub leaderboard. Bits and coins always appreciated. We like those here. These are options. These aren't things you have to do, but these are things you could do. There are other ways to support what I do. I have a Patreon at patreon.com/PatBear. A $1, $3, $5, and $10 tier. Also, my website, patbear.com, redirects to my Patreon because I don't have a website. I should have a link tree. I don't. I should have a link tree. I should. I don't. One day I will. But yeah, that's patreon.com/PatBear. There's different tiers, different rewards for that. You could also, you can subscribe to my YouTube for free, And while you're there, if you wanted to join and become a member there, you would get my Wednesday videos on Tuesday, one day early for $2 a month. Everything I make through YouTube and Patreon and Twitch goes to me buying model kits. And the kit I bought here was thanks to folks subscribing in various places. So I appreciate that very much. Also, direct donations, forgot to say that if you want to do one time instead of a monthly. But you're like, hey, Pat, I got a couple bucks for you. Buy a model kit or put it towards the next thing you're buying. I just bought a model kit the other day. It's a tiny car that I'm going to have to use liquid cement to build in the future. And that was bought off my Amazon wish list. The next thing I'm building is from my Amazon wish list, the RX-782 for the Paralympic Games. That is the next thing I'll be building because that was bought anonymously off my Amazon wish list. If you wanted to buy something on your wish list, it would jump the queue. I shoot a video dedicated to that, a mailbag video, like, look at this. And also, I will talk about, and like I said, it'll jump the queue, and it's the next thing I build. I put some stuff in here. We got Lego sets. I put up a tiny thing. This is like the Star Blazers model kit. It is the Lambe. I think it's a very tiny kit. It'll be a really quick build, but I was like, I don't know. I'd build that. That's kind of neat. I got Lego sets here. Some model kits. I put in the Kenbu, which is from the most recent Sunrise mecha anime that I didn't particularly enjoy, but I kind of like that suit. I just put that there. Thought it'd be nice. I got inexpensive kits, very expensive kits. One kit that's like almost $700 that someone was like, you should put that on your wish list. So I did, and they didn't buy it, and that's fine. I wasn't expecting them to. But also, I do think it's kind of fun that I have an incredibly expensive thing there. An alternative to that would be Throne. I have a Throne wish list. It's smaller, but it's a little more boutique. Let's just say it's more of a boutique offerings. So you can check out Throne. And, of course, USA Gundam Store. You could buy a gift card there. Send me a DM with that gift card code, and I'll build that there. Optional, obviously. Other things. That's all the ways to support me financially, but also you could join my Discord. That's free. If you want to jump in the old Discord, that would be cool. You could do that. Speaking of which, I should close out of Discord just to make sure I don't have any issues. Join my Discord. That's free. Plastic Model Weekender. Hey, Plastic Model Weekender is happening. Let's talk about that real briefly. That's this weekend. It's 3 days. April 29th through May 1st, 2022. That's this weekend. And we'll pop right there. My shift is this Saturday from 7 p.m. till 9 p.m. Eastern. I will be at Plasma Weekenders Twitch, but I will be hosting it here on my own, and I'll probably be hosting throughout the weekend. I'll be hosting the event, so you can come and check out there. But you should go. You should donate. We're raising money for the Cure Alzheimer's Fund. As a donation incentive, I will be opening packs of trading cards, sports cards, trading card games, movie cards throughout the 2 hours. Every $50 raised during my shift, I will open another pack of cards. I got a lot of cards, so consider donating to make that happen, to make me have to do that. A couple video links for you to check out. I have a new episode of Pat Bear's Anime Club. It's the 69th episode. Nice. Pat Bear's Anime Club number 69 is about the spring anime season that we are currently in, and 4 romantic comedies. Because there's like 8 or 9 romantic comedy shows this season alone, which is a lot. And I talk about the 4 that I think are the best. And I reference the ones, a couple of Cuckoos could be great, but it just started. It started a little late in the season. I haven't watched it yet. I don't necessarily like the premise of them, pretending to be married, but actually they are also supposed to get married, so now they have to pretend like they wanted to be. The premise was just but that could be great. Anyway, I've been doing that. And then, Do You Remembaer? About Adolf Sachs. That's right. I read about the inventor of the saxophone and the man that cheated death many times as a child in order to grow up to invent the saxophone. I talk about him and remembered a lot about him. The house that the historic house that celebrates him and the saxophone is called Mr. Sax's House, which is a great name. This coming Wednesday, I have a new episode of Do You Remembaer? It's a short one about a very cool animal, and I think you'll like it. All right. We're going to get back to building, and we're going to talk about some manga and some anime. So I'm going to get ready to do that. I also am required by law to drink a little bit of water because my throat is dry. So I'm going to do that as well in just a second. Let me just get this, move this here, move this here, move this there. Okay, so we're going to dramatically transition back. That was a dramatic transition. Thank you very much for indulging me in my dramatic transition. Let's talk about some manga. I got one Japanese manga and then one manhwa, South Korean. But we're going to start with Dad is a Hero, Mom is a Spirit, I'm a Reincarnator, which is a good light novel name to let you know what the story is. It also sounds like a one-person show that like ran like in downtown Manhattan, and I never went to go see it, but I enjoyed seeing like the flyer for it. Dad is a hero, Mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator. That just feels very much like it is someone's one-person show about their wacky family where they play all the characters, and you're like, this is really good. And then for some reason they also play like the bodega owner and they do like a very offensive Chinese accent, and you're like, what the fuck? Why is that character there? Am I talking about a one-person show I saw where that exact thing happened? Yes, I am. I've seen a lot of questionable one-person shows, and that one of them did involve somebody who was just doing a very stereotypical Chinese grocery store owner. I was like, whoa. It stuck with me. Anyway, Dad is a hero, Mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator. Look, it starts as you're like, a girl is reborn, right? She was reborn. We know some things about her life, but not a lot about her life. It's not really the focus of it. Mostly is the focus of just she's knowledgeable and smart at a young age. She is part spirit. She's mostly spirit. She's a little human, not really much human, because her dad was the hero to defend the kingdom and did all the good stuff. He fell in love with the queen of the spirits that he had summoned. She always loved him. And so he became part spirit in order to stay in the realm of spirits, and they had a child. Through some scenarios and circumstance, he comes back because he didn't want anything to do with the kingdom, and there's some heavy shit in this one, okay? The actual main plot of this is the kingdom, and particularly the king, will do whatever he can in order to bring the hero back into the good graces and have a relationship with the king again, because the hero left. The hero did what he needed to do and left. And the spirits don't want to, like, having him be connected was great because the royal family, like, no one in the royal family can commune with spirits or see them and interact with them due to a curse. So having the spirits involved through him was really important. So they're doing whatever they can. And one of the ways they think they can get a connection is, let's have the prince have a chance to meet her, or let's have this family be indebted to them. Like, there's a lot of shenanigans that our main character just thwarts constantly. She just constantly, like, fucks around. Because, like, yeah, the king, she just continually outsmarts the king as best she can. There's some family drama. There's a lot of stuff going on. It's a good story. I do recommend it. I think that, like, if you're looking to pick up a fantasy show with, like, some interesting premises, like, I like that there is a young dude that is her bodyguard, but also a spirit of an animal spirit is also her bodyguard, and these two dudes argue all the time and have to work together when they can, like, to get the job done. And like, I don't know, there's some fun characters. I don't love that the prince is just like, but I think you're beautiful and cool, and I want to be friends with you. Like, why can't we be friends? Like, he's just like, I don't understand what's going on. How come we can't have a friendship? There's a lot happening with it, and it's real weird, but good. Yeah, and just watching her, like, not take any shit and not give in any way, shape, or form, and just get everything done that she wants to get them done, I just think is very cool. I don't know. I'm a big fan. So, Dad is a Hero, Mama's a Spirit. I'm a Reincarnator. Good story that I recommend. You heard it here first. Pat Bear thinks that's a good manga. Now, we jump from that to I would say, not a particularly great manhwa, which is called Unforgivable, Unpardonable, Vicious. Where do I start with this? Did you ever wish that Quantum Leap involved more murder and people getting the absolute shit kicked out of them? If that's the case, then you could like Unforgivable, Unpardonably Vicious. Because that is the premise of this. A dude, I forget this dude, Wukwai, he died. He was a killer, and he doesn't know who killed him. He has a pretty good idea. He doesn't know why he died and how he died. And he's kind of mad that he's dead, but he's offered the chance to go inhabit people's bodies, solve a problem, prevent a disaster, usually a case of like a bunch of murders. And if he keeps doing that, he'll like get more powerful, level up, and then eventually he can get the answers he's looking for. So that's the premise of this manhwa. It's pretty vicious. His navigator is like really annoying, and I don't like it. I don't particularly love the art style either, because I think it is just too graphically nonsensical in a way that I'm just like, I'm not really into this. Other things. Yeah, I mean, like, he is an overpowered main character. He, like, also, as I said, part of that is that, like, he is taking over the life of someone that died. So he's not inhabiting somebody's body who is currently living, which was a little bit more of what happened in Quantum Leap. This person, like, died, he's reborn, and then people were just like, hey, why is this teacher all of a sudden an ass kicker? What's happening here? Also, there are monsters. Because this system exists, the possibility of someone turning into a monster can happen. So it's kind of his fault because he's there being a badass that, like, there's a chance that monsters will awaken. And that's weird. There's a love interest that is inappropriate. Just an inappropriate love interest that I was like, oh no, don't be here. So yeah. My thoughts on Unforgivable, Unpardonable Vicious, Unpardonably Vicious is, this is not a good manhwa. I don't recommend it. And I do like to talk about things that I don't like on here in the manga section, because I do think that, you know, in the same way that sometimes I watch an anime that I'm like, you know what, this isn't for me. I think that's a good service, you know. It's not just like, here's things I like. I can talk about things that I don't think are that great. And I don't think this was that great. So, yeah. Take it from me. Not worth your time. And now we're going to switch over and talk about stuff that was worth your time, because all the anime I'm talking about here, I think is good. Again, I was busy on Saturday, so I didn't get to watch Spy Family. So now I can finally talk about the episode of Spy Family. It was really fucking cute. Yor, the assassin, officially moves in with Lloyd and Anya. Is the love interest a 3,000-year-old lowly dragon priestess? No, Dirty. She's just like a high school student, and she's in love with what her teacher has become. It's not good. Anyway, Spy Family is cute and not bad. This episode is basically just like them trying to figure out like how to integrate this new person. Like Anya is incredibly cute here, like explaining like how the house works, and kind of starting to get to know her new mother. And there's a little bit of flirting and some understanding. Yor is definitely like, or Lloyd is definitely worried about this interview because he needs this interview to go well so that Anya can go to the school. He really does need the interview to go well, and he is worried that it might not. Anya is so great, Zeno. She's so adorable, and it is fun to watch them like try to figure out how to like maybe be a family, like get that going. Like what is this going to entail? How is this going to work? Was enjoyable. Yeah, I'm, let's see, what connector do I need here? This goes like that. Yeah, I think that goes like that. Okay. Yeah, it was really cute. It's cute to watch them interact, and start to kind of build a family. There's also, look, if you were like, Pat, there wasn't enough action in this episode. There was less action than episode 2. You're not wrong. But we did have some cool moments in this episode, like the moment where, they basically like, teamed up to take down a purse snatcher and help an old lady. I had no idea they ordered 25 episodes. Oh yeah, it's a double core. It's a double length core, right? Yeah. I think I remember reading that. I'm gonna look at Anna chart and see. Airing Saturday. Go down all the way down here to Saturday. Oops, got going on here. Saturday, so I can find spot. Why can't I find it? Why? Spy Family. Oh wait, I'm only seeing 12 written down here. I'm only seeing it being a 12 episode. Lashbrook. It could be that any chart isn't updated. Like it's possible that they're up, but I didn't see that. I didn't think that they had a double length. That's what I was like, wait, what? Zeno saying, surprised you liked Shikimori. Oh yeah, I really like that. We'll get to this episode here. Like, it's just cute. Here's the thing. Do I like a lot of action series? Do I like a lot of fantasy series? I like a lot of isekai. Yes. I also very much enjoy just a nice, cute story about two people dating and the wacky stuff that happens with that, and also the lovely moments. I like that. So, yeah, Spy Family was good. Shikimori's not just a cutie. Yeah. He's accident-prone and has bad luck. She's a total badass that has, like, I don't know, it's one of those things. It was some lovely moments here. They went on a date to go to the movies. They ran into some problems going on that date. Some shenanigans happened. Look, here's the thing. I agree with them. I'm not a big horror movie guy myself. And this horror movie had an evil clown, and he was freaked out about that. And I don't blame him for that. I think that's totally reasonable to be like, hey, you know what I don't want to deal with right now is this kind of horror movie. Like, no thanks. What if we didn't do this? We finally get to know more about his parents because she comes over. I won't go into why I don't like it, but I wasn't into the show. Okay, yeah, all right, that's fine. Like, it could take a turn. I've never read the manga. I've only just been involved in there, but I like the characters. Here's the thing. I like that Shikimori and Azumi are already in a relationship. Now, it's early in the relationship, but they're already in a relationship. We don't have the will they, won't they for, like, all of the season. Aharon-san is doing that, but I think it's doing a good job of that. So I'm not like against what they're doing, but yeah, I for the most part I've been enjoying Shikimori. It was nice to know more about their Izumi's parents and how like she's also kind of accident prone, not as much as him. Also, an unexpected gag where he fell asleep. He wakes up. His girlfriend is playing Wii boxing against his dad, and that was very unexpected. I was like, "Oh, okay." So last week was saying that Spy Family is it's a 2 core, but it's not a back-to-back core. There's a break, or they're gonna call it season 2, and they'll just come out the same year. Okay, that makes sense. So it is not a double length. It is not 25 straight episodes. It is a spring, fall anime. Got it. Thank you, Lashbrook. I did not know that. Okay, well there you go. We're one part away from being done with this arm here, and then we'll be able to move on to the next thing. Otome is pure isekai schlock, but it's not ashamed to embrace his stupidity. Yeah. At what point is it going to be revealed that he is cursed descendant of the Lord of the Ninja village that Shikimori and her best friend are members of? Dirty, that's the other anime about... That's another anime this season about a girl that's from a ninja village that I forget the name of. That's just about a girl at an all-women's village that is very interested in boys. That's just a show that you could watch this season if you wanted to. I don't know anything about it because the premise didn't inspire anything from me. But that is an anime that is out this season. Because of course it is. Anyway, I got to put one more piece on here. I'm wondering, did I do this? Yeah, I did that like that. That goes like that. This is supposed to be the outside? How did I do this wrong? I did it wrong. Okay. Huh. This is the underside, not the... It's supposed to be like this. Shoot. Folks, I messed this up. Somehow. I don't know how I did, but I did the arm wrong a little bit here. Okay, and then Trapped in a Dating Sim. World of Otome Games is tough for mobs? Yes. This is an isekai. Confirmation was had, folks. We finally know this. We can finally say that the girl... You know what? I'm going to deal with this off stream. I'll fix this arm off stream. I'm not going to worry about it now. We'll move on. This is upside down. I'll figure it out off stream. I will correct my mistake. Anyway, this anime, we've confirmed that the girl... A dude played a dating game that he didn't like because his sister blackmailed him. He died. He is now a mob character in that world. Also, another girl who understands that this is a video game was also a mob character and has taken over the role of being the main girl in the show. Sorry, in the story. We now know that that is his sister because, it's heavily implied anyway, because she mentions this part of the game like she didn't like and she made her brother do it. Anyway, if you want to watch a dude like one-sidedly defeat a bunch of pretty boys in a mech duel, this is the show for you. This episode is 4 fights in a row where he just like trounces people. Like there's sabotage at one point and he trounces it and then also insults them, and it's very good. And his in-fiction sister, that he doesn't really know too much, like literally turns against him and like helps out, like, he thinks, well, it's probably forced into it because it's Prince. But yeah, it was good. It was like, I'll say this, the fights animated pretty damn well. There was a little action in the first episode, and we haven't really seen a lot of fight scenes in the series. They did a good job with it. overall, I was pleasantly surprised about the fight scenes here, and his overwhelming victory with the mech that he only knew about because he had paid for the DLC to get the cheater mech in the real world. So then, when he's now in this game world, he can just go and pick up that device. All right, so I'm definitely gonna have to take this whole apart because I need this to work like this. I need it to go like this, basically. It needs to bend the way it is not bending. So I will have to fix that, but I'm going to do it off stream and not do it now. Okay, Zeno, thank you for being here. Appreciate it. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for chatting. Always nice. Yeah, and that's the anime and that's the manga that I have been watching. Thursday, we of course go some other stuff here. Oh man, Mahjong Soul actually got me psyched for their first episode when I saw it was an isekai. I'm going to look up what that is because I don't know what Mahjong Soul is. I don't know what that is, so I'm going to check that out. But yeah, thanks Zeno. Thanks for being here. Mahjong Soul is a browser-based online free-to-play tabletop game about Mahjong. Released in 2018 in China and April 2019 in Japan worldwide for iOS and Android. Are we talking about the video? Did they make an anime based on this, or are you just talking about this video game? It's a Mahjong gacha, and there's a 1-minute anime based on it. Okay, gotcha. It's an anime based on a gacha game. I said gacha, two different things. That makes more sense. Why would they make an anime based on a Mahjong game? That's weird. It's on Crunchyroll. Okay. Hey, Aristovan. Happy Monday to you. Welcome. Happy you're here. Okay. I still don't quite understand why there's a 1-minute anime about Mahjong that's also... Here's the thing. It's an isekai, so I at least have to go look at it. So, I'm going to head over to Crunchyroll. Gonna look it up, add it to my watch list. Mahjong Soul Pawn. Okay. I'll look at it. There was an episode 0. Nice. They're 1-minute episodes. Okay. Involves everyone's favorite Truck-kun. Oh, Chan. Of course it does, Truck-chan. Sorry, Truck-chan. All right, well, I'm going to add it to my watch list, and I'll take a look at it. I've never heard of this, but I don't know. It looks kind of cute. It's 1 minute long, so, I'll watch all 4. Okay. I don't believe any of these reviews, because I'm like... Awful first episode, describes absolutely nothing about the anime, 10 out of 10. And I was like, what? The first episode came out on April 1st, so a bunch of people were like, oh, I'll watch this as a joke. So I guess this is a Friday show. All right, I don't know if this is going to get added to my rotation, but it's now in my watch list, so I'll at least look at it. Sure. Like I said, sure. I won't watch anything, but I'll watch a lot of stuff. I will try a lot of anime. All right, so this is going to go into 61. Great. Now's the part of the stream where you tell me what you playing, what you watching, what you doing. Let me know. What are you into? What's got your attention right now that you're like, Pat, you won't believe what I am watching right now. Holy shit, it's so good. You got to check this out. It's my favorite thing in the whole wide world. Yeah, I want to hear what you all are into, what you got going on. Okay, so this has got to go like that. So then this goes like this. Yes. Okay. Think I got this right. We'll find out. I think I literally fucked up in the very middle of the other arm, so I can go and fix that. which it doesn't do what I dislike about most 1 to 3 animes, or 50% of the animes, the opening credits. Oh, you mean like I'm Kadawa Kawashiri, which is just like a minute and a half of a cool opening and then like 30 seconds of an anime? I don't know. I don't dislike that. That opening is really cool. All right, so C14. We'll do B36 here. I moved around my apartment so I would have enough space in my living room to play Switch Sports. Hell yeah. Bald Ridge is here. Hey, Bald Ridge, saying, playing Tunic, baby. The game is so good. I'm watching nothing. Don't watch things. There you go. Ghost Valve is, or sorry, Queen Laura is going to rewatch Princess Jellyfish. Hell yeah, enjoy it. Ghost Valve is watching Spy Family. Shikimori and Aren are pretty much the only anime on the season. Doing another Elden Ring run for some reason. Okay, hey, sometimes you just want to play Elden Ring some more. Like, you know, follow your bliss. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy that Elden Ring. Let's see. I mean, I'm watching a lot of anime right now. I mean, all of those that you just said you're watching, Ghost Valve, are all very good. I do think Trapped in a Dating Sim is really fun. That one's good. Let's see, what other things. RPG Real Estate, I think, is just a really cute show. I really like it. It's light. I don't think we're gonna get too heavy in it, but I love the idea of like fun girls in a fantasy setting trying to solve renters and homeowners' problems at their real estate agency. This is like a fun idea. I could see Executioner and Her Way of Life being a thing that I drop. Right now I'm engaged with it, but like it could turn on a dime and just become like, I don't know. I feel like the premise is really strong and it could end up disappointing me. I'm really hoping it doesn't. I'm really hoping it turns out to be a really quality show. But I'm just like, I don't know. There's a possibility. Because like I said, the premise is really good. I'm playing more lawn mowing simulator. I've got 2 employees and moved into a new HQ, so my company's getting bigger. I hate orchards. Okay. Yeah, I wouldn't want to mow an orchard. That sounds bad. I'm glad you're enjoying it. That's cool. Keep up the good work. Let's see. Do this. What am I playing? I mean, I'm just playing more Hearthstone. I really do like playing Hearthstone. I just realized there's 12 anime I'm watching this season on Crunchyroll. Yeah, Dirty, that's what happens when Crunchyroll merges with Funimation. Suddenly, all the shows you watch are on Crunchyroll. Like, I'm watching 2 shows. I got High Dive because they have 2 shows that I want to watch. And to me, that was still like, oh, weird. Yeah, I'm going to have to get another service because there are a couple shows I want to see. I burned through, we watched the last season of Better Call Saul while playing Elden Ring this weekend so I could be refreshed for this season. Hell yeah. Enjoy it. Enjoy more of that. But yeah, I mean, I watch a lot of anime because I talk about it on stream. But I'm watching 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 series. I'm watching 11 series weekly, one of which is only a minute and a half long. But the other ones are all full length. And then also, at some point, I'm going to watch at my own pace. Ascendants of Bookworm, I'll probably end up picking back up when the new season comes out. I didn't finish the last season, so maybe I'll go back and do that. Rising the Shield Hero, it's not a show that I like love, but it's a show that I don't know, at some point I do like some of the things that happen in that show, so I do think I will probably get caught up on that, but I'm not watching that weekly because I don't want to. All right, so is that D15? Did I pull the right thing out there? Yes. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm watching a lot of anime right now, which I'm enjoying, and I'm watching. I'm not watching anything on TV really. I don't have Netflix right now. I will get Netflix probably, and at the end of Comey Can't Communicate, just for like a month, and just watch all of part 2. because I do like Comey Can't Communicate, but I don't like it enough to pay for Netflix just for it. So didn't end up doing that. Netflix had a show in the Netflix. So Comey is a weekly release. So it is a release where you can just watch it as it comes out, which is great. There is a show they had that was in jail that came out last year in Japan and then came out all at once, which I will not say the name of because if you really want to watch the show, you have to look it up. But it is an anime about a young boy, like a child, that moves into an apartment complex and lives alone and is just trying to live his life. And it's about all the weird people that kind of like end up somewhat adopting him. And it's could be thought of as like a fun slice of life, but it is reported by friends of mine to not only be brutally sad in many places, but also the anime is not equipped to deal with how sad it is. So I won't say the name of it. You can look it up if you really need to. But I have been told from numerous friends, like, Pat, do not watch this. It is a heartbreaker. It is a devastatingly sad show, but also maybe not good. And so I was like, okay, I'm good on that. I've been watching more Old Enough on Netflix. That's a Japanese show. I think I know and noped out 3 episodes in. This is dirty. Yeah, it just seemed to be completely like a devastating show that I was like, oh, I don't think I'm built for that. Okay, so then this is gonna go like this. Did I do this right? No. Sorry, everybody. I'm trying to fix what I messed up before. Yeah, Old Enough is toddlers doing errands, like their first errands, and then they don't know that they're being filmed. And that is ran for like something like 15 years or something in Japan, like off and on. It wasn't like a full show, but it'd be like part of a variety show series. Like it's an old concept that was done in Japan that eventually, they ended up putting it out on Netflix. I always thought that was a fun idea. Okay, so this is supposed to go like this. And then it's got to bend like this here. Okay, so it goes like that. So then I can do that like this. There we go. And then this has to go here. And that's an undergate piece that I got to chop off. I'm getting this now. There we go. Yeah, so that's about it. I did play Halo yesterday. Last night, I did get to play Halo with some friends. I was very happy about that because it has been very difficult to get our Halo crew together. We had a ton of our friends this time. I think people were like we in advance, we were like, okay, Sunday, we're going to get a bunch of people. I think we had one point, we had like 10 of us for a while, and that was really fun. Just playing some games, hanging out. It's also a good chance to just like chill at a Discord, talk to each other while we're playing. That was really fun. I want to do more of it, but people have other games and other commitments and all that. It's hard to schedule like a ton of people, but that was really fun, and I was glad we were able to do it. So that's my gaming. Like I said, Hearthstone. Playing a lot of Hearthstone, which is like again not a surprise for people. We got some tomorrow. There's some patches. There are going to be some debuffs, some changes to a few cards. A card in Wild is getting banned, which will be great because people hate it. So that's nice. So yeah, there'll be some stuff going on there in Hearthstone, chasing stuff around, getting Kazakus to be less of a win condition that's thrown in just some Druid decks. I'm excited about that. There's a few other things that'll come up in Hearthstone. But Switcheroo is dead. I'm sure someone will figure out a way to do something busted with Switcheroo in Standard, but it'll be banned in Wild, and I won't have to fucking deal with that piece of shit, really annoying card and deck. Fucking Switcheroo decks. Get the fuck out of here. Let's see. Anything else I need to tell you? Again, Plastic Model Weekender this weekend. On Thursday, I'm going to do another, I think I'm going to invite people to come and hang out in the stream if they want to. We didn't get anybody before, but that's okay. I am going to be on a podcast. Sorry. Oh, I'm going to be on a podcast tomorrow. But it's behind a paywall. So I'll talk about it more on Thursday, but I'm going to be on a Patreon funded bonus podcast. So I am not going to tell people they should join at a certain level so they can listen to it. I'm excited about doing it tomorrow. And I'll talk more about that on Thursday because it's going to be very fun. I'm very happy to be invited to be on it. And I will, of course, as I said, talk more about it on Thursday. It's cool that I'm going to be on that podcast. But it is behind a paywall. So it's not something that I'm like, and listen for me there. Look for me. Because like I said, can't get you to listen to it for free. And that's going to do it for tonight's stream. We've finished one arm. We finished the other leg that we hadn't done. So we got that done. We made some good progress in this kit. It's weird because it's just lots of sections done, but it's not done. We're going to finish this up on Thursday. Thursday we will, because the shoulder, we got to do the shoulder armor. So I think by the end of Thursday we'll finish it. If there's time on Thursday, we'll start the next kit. But definitely we're going to be wrapping this up. Because there's not a lot left to do. There is the rest of the arm, the waist, and then we just gotta build the shoulder pieces and the scythe or the beam saber. But yeah, not too much needed left to do that. I even got the hands we need in order to build the scythe because the scythe is multiple parts, which is cool. So yeah, not a lot left to build on this kit. So we will get to that on Thursday. Reminder: this Wednesday I'm playing. This Wednesday I'm playing Pokemon Platinum Randomizer. I'm returning to my randomizer run. I've had some fun with that. We're continuing along. I don't remember where we are. I will take a look between now and Wednesday for that. But it's been a hot minute since we did that, so I wanted to do that stream again. So come check that out on Wednesday. Come back on Thursday for more model kitting, building. We are going to raid. That is how we end every stream. So I'm going to go find somebody cool for us to go hang out with, and you can come along and see what's up with those fun people. Because that is how, as I said, we end streams. So let me just mute that. And who we got going on here? Weird. I was having issues with chat there. We're going to go raid. Char is streaming on the Plastic Model Weekender, the Plamo Weekender account. So we're going to go raid Char. So that way we can hang out with a great, fantastic VTuber who is building a cool model kit. And then if you're already following Plamo, you just go do that. So we're going to go raid Char, who rules. So feel free to come along on this raid. I hope to see you on Wednesday and Thursday, and also for Plamo Weekender this Saturday. Thank you, everybody who chose to spend some of your night with me. If you left before now, you won't hear this, but I also thank you. But the people that stuck around, appreciate that very much. Thanks for being here. I'll see you soon. Good night, everyone. Goodbye, 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 goodbye.